All right, well, today is October 28th, 2018. This is a part 2 update. It's about 10 p.m., and currently we have a temperature of 63 degrees here in the foothills. The relative humidity has dropped in the last hour and a half from 35% down to 31%. Under normal conditions, normally the humidity rises during the evening hours, but as we see, the humidity is dropping, so we're at 31%. The dew point is at 32 degrees, and we have a barometric pressure of 29.94. Okay, so we're looking at the northeast Pacific water vapor loop, and we can see that we have a large moisture field moving right into Southern California. And today we had very, very heavy spraying. We also have a no rain forecast for the Southern California area. But looking at the satellite map right here, this is the water vapor map. And we're seeing all the water vapor from this developing low pressure system right down here off of Baja, Mexico. We also see a right angle there's a right angle imprint. This is a satellite transmitter causing that, and that is winding. They're actually beaming high pressure right into the center of this vortex, and that is preventing a lot of this moisture from wrapping back around into that vortex. And we can see the evaporation pattern right in the center. And so what's happening is that the high pressure is causing clockwise rotation. And what's happening here is we've got clockwise rotation peeling off and moving right into Southern California. And so we've got a no rain forecast. And so we saw the chemtrail jets dispatched to spray the skies over Southern California, and that prevented the rain. The chemtrails cause a capping inversion layer, and that prevents the atmospheric lift necessary for the precipitation process. It's really it's that simple. We have to have two components for precipitation. We have to have moisture in the atmosphere, and we can see it right here. There's plenty of that moving in. And we have to have lift in the atmosphere. And so the chemtrail aerosols prevent the lift. But what happens is that these jets are dispatched to fly over the incoming moisture. They spray these chemical aerosols over the moisture field. These are not contrails, they are chemtrails. And these aerosols are a desiccant. They contain aluminum, which is a desiccant, and that absorbs atmospheric water vapor. And so we can watch the relative humidity drop substantially just about an hour and a half after these chemtrails are sprayed. And this morning when we got up, we could see the skies were completely blanketed with these chemtrails. Right now, we should be getting a lot of rain all day long, cool weather, cool cloudy weather from this weather system right here. And so the Trump administration they've taken a step by signing that memorandum to get water into the Central Valley right here where the food is grown. That's a step in the right direction. I'm not saying that's going to solve the problem. I don't know where people get that idea, but that's a step in the right direction. You can call it, you can say we're stumbling in the right direction. That's certainly more than the Obama people did in 8 years. They didn't do anything about this. In fact, Obama claims he's from Chicago, Illinois, but yet the Chicago Climate Exchange, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, is betting they're dealing weather futures. They have no interest in stopping this activity. So if we're going to look at who's behind this, we have to start looking at the mainstream media and the people that are running these gambling operations. The mainstream media, for one, is covering this up by showing their viewers the cartoon weather every night. We don't get to see these satellite maps. Look at this. This is a tremendous amount of moisture moving in, and we have zero rain on the Doppler map. We can pull that up here right now. Let's pull up the Doppler map. Should have done this beforehand, but take a minute here and while that's loading, we'll take another look here. We can see that right angle imprint right there. And that is causing the clockwise rotation That's preventing this moisture from wrapping back around into this low pressure vortex. We have high pressure being forced into this vortex. And so that's going to cause a problem, and that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing that the moisture cannot wrap around into that vortex, so it's peeling off and moving right into California. And so today we should have had rain all day long, cool weather, as I mentioned. Here's the southwest water vapor loop. We can see Arizona was sprayed heavily today. Thanks for all the comments. People in New Mexico, we can see that they're probably getting sprayed as well. So this is a lot of moisture. It should be delivering a lot of rain. And the puppets on TV are not reporting the truth. They are liars. The fake news media is lying, not only about the weather, but a lot of other things. Okay, let's take a look here at the surface analysis map. We can see high pressure depicted in the map here, right here, which is going to block this gale force system out in the middle of the Pacific. We have a gale force system up here in the Gulf of Alaska. We've got actually two lows up here and a giant trough indicated over Canada. We've got a low right up over Northern California with a trough shown. Now let's take a look at some of these other pressure maps. We've got the jet stream map here, high speed flow right into Northern California and Oregon. We have the sea level pressure map here, and that developing low pressure that we were just looking at off of Baja California is right here. And what do we see but a squiggly line right over the top of that developing low? This is at the surface level. This squiggly line represents a mixture of high and low pressure all mixed together. These should never have these kind of lines unless there's transmitter manipulation going on like we see over here. So we've got that right angle being imprinted by a satellite transmitter. That's weakening this system, and that's why we're seeing these squiggly lines on the isobars. If we look at the 500 millibar map, we see the same thing. We have a low indicated right here. And this all should be delivering rain into California. Here's the 300 millibar map. We see a closed low right there. By tomorrow, this will be gone because of the manipulation, the satellite transmitter manipulation. See the squiggly isobars. This is all weather manipulation. Here's the Modus Today map showing the chemtrail spraying activity over the Southern California area. We can see the light gray is the chemical haze. So we had a very, very heavy spray day. We can see that here in the map. We've got this light gray haze all over the place. We have some of this natural moisture moving in. That was all sprayed over. We can see the gray haze. It's all over the place. As we pan out to the east, we can see the Salton Sea here is completely sprayed over. The eastern desert areas are all, you can't even see the map. It's so heavy. All the way out into Arizona. So this is why we didn't have rain today. And now we've got Google and YouTube posting fake news links on this channel and others, posting baloney about contrails, which are that's disinformation. Modern jet engines do not leave any type of trail in the skies under any weather conditions. The only time you'll see a very short trail, maybe 50 or 100 feet long, is off the wingtips of a plane as it's taking off. And that is because of the extreme low pressure generated on the upper side of the wing as the plane takes off. And you'll see that typically on the wingtips. You see those vortices off of the wingtips as the plane takes off. And those vortices, the low pressure points, are those little streaks are maybe 100 feet long, and they disappear immediately. those are not contrails. Those are just low pressure vortices that have been generated by the wing attack as the plane is taking off. All right, so let's take a look. You saw that already. Next, I'm going to show a couple of pictures from last Tuesday and Wednesday. This was some precipitation that had moved into where is this? That might be New Mexico. Yeah, I think this is New Mexico. Let's take another look here. Yes, this is New Mexico. And we can see that where this WSR 88D is located, if we just take a ruler and line up these edges, we can come right to the point, the origin point of where this manipulation is occurring at the ground level. So we have these ground-based microwave transmitters that were evaporating the precipitation in the New Mexico area. We have another example of manipulation in near Tucson, Arizona, just south of the 10. This is transmitter KMEX, I believe it is. I got my list here. That is KEMX. That's the Tucson NextRad transmitter, KEMX, and that's located at 31.8937 north by 110.5 or 110.6304 west. You can look that up on the on Google Earth and find about a 6-story tower with a white radome on top. And that transmitter this was on the 23rd. I think that was last Tuesday. Okay, so the rain that the system that didn't drop any rain in California moved over Arizona. It was allowed to drop rain. We can see the results of the precipitation here. We have big pie-shaped cutouts where these transmitters are actually evaporating the precipitation. The news media, the fake news media, is not reporting this. And we know that the left-leaning fake news, mainstream media is not reporting this. And there's a reason for that. They're not showing us the maps because people would quickly figure out what's going on. This is not rocket science. All right, now let's go back to these maps. So here's the problem here. We have chemtrail spraying right over the top of this moisture field, and that's why we had no rain. Up here we have this gale force system. We have jet stream flow into Northern California. We've got literally a river of water running on right into Northern California, and there's not much rain. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the Doppler map here before we close this thing out real quick. While that's loading, we'll take a look here at the Southwest map. Okay, let's see if we can get this thing loaded up. Okay, there it is. So we've got the Doppler map up. We can see that there's rain in Oregon, Washington, zero rain in California, nothing in Arizona or Nevada, as we see here. With all this moisture moving in, we should be getting rain in Las Vegas, Arizona, all throughout the Southwest, and there's nothing happening. And so this is the Trump administration has to take a look at this. This should be priority number 1. There it is. Okay, that's it. Another update later.